Now, if you're thinking about buying a home, there's one thing that you absolutely must know before buying. Are there any hidden problems within that house? I mean, look, we all know that some of these older homes that are listed at cheap price points, and we're always looking for a steal of a deal, right? Especially when you see those online photos, you may fall in love. But look, when you visit that house in person, you might not notice all the problems with the plumbing system, the electrical sockets, the foundation, and other flaws that are behind the walls. So in this video, I'm going to give you a tour of some of the most common problems that professional home inspectors find all the time. Now, these are the problems to spot when you first are looking at the house to make sure that you're buying a good property. I'm Jerry Pinkas, your real estate expert, and I've been selling homes for the last 20 years. My team has helped thousands and thousands of people, and trust me, we have seen some absolute nightmares that I want you to avoid because these problems can be super costly and time-consuming to fix. So if you're good with that, give me a thumbs up. Now, when you buy, there are 6 areas that you really need to study very closely because this is the stuff that shows up time and time again on these inspection reports from professional home inspectors. Number 1, plumbing issues. Look, older homes, they're older. And we've seen many home systems that just don't get replaced unless they completely stop working. But that doesn't mean that there aren't problems. So here's the top issues you want to look for. Corroded pipes. Now, older homes may have pipes and materials like galvanized steel or cast iron that can corrode over time. And this corrosion can cause leaks, reduce water pressure, and cause potential water damage. You also want to look for clogged and slow drains. In older homes, many plumbing systems are outdated and have deteriorated pipes and are prone to clogs. You can see tree roots that have also invaded older sewer system lines, causing sewer backups into the house. You don't want that. Polybutylene pipes are in older homes, and some of these pipes were in plumbing systems from the 1970s through the mid-1990s, and these pipes are prone to breaking and leaking over time. And water heater issues. Water heaters may not heat up enough or are nearing the end of their lifespan, and this can be due to sediment buildup, corrosion, or even outdated technology. When they bust, trust me, they can be a mess to clean up. When you buy a house, you want to go through all 6 areas of the house on this checklist. You're going to find out when the last time this was installed or that was installed, or is it as old as the house, or has it ever been updated? That's the stuff you need to know. Number 2, outdated electrical panels, outlets, and rigged electrical systems. Now, the last thing you want is a fire in a house, and there are many common electrical issues that you really need to watch out for. Things like outdated electrical panels. Now, many older homes have electrical panels that just don't meet today's safety standards. They have inadequate capacity to handle the current demands of electric. And panel brands like Federal Pacific or Zinco, for example, are often flagged as potential safety concerns. You also need to look out for aluminum wiring. Now, homes that were built between the 1960s and 70s may have aluminum wiring, which can be prone to overheating and cause an increased risk in an electrical fire. And if you have to replace all the wires in the house, this can be super expensive. You also need to look for correct electrical outlet grounding. Now, in older homes, they may have ungrounded outlets. This is a safety concern. So upgrading to 3-prong outlets with proper grounding is a priority for safety. You can also run into exposed wiring. Now, this is really bad because in some older homes, wiring may be exposed within the walls rather than inside of a box. And this can be a considerable safety hazard. Loose, improper, or outdated connections can cause electrical issues, including sparking and short circuits. Now, one of the most common things that comes up on a professional home inspection report over and over is GFI outlets. They're either not installed at all or they're not working at all. So a ground fault circuit interrupt, a GFCI outlet, are required in areas close to a sink or water, such as kitchens and bathrooms. Next up on our list is number 3, water leaks. This is one of the first things most buyers will look for when they're inspecting an older home. Why? This is because even a small water leak can turn into a big headache if left unchecked. Now, this increased moisture can lead to several serious problems and health of the house and health of the owner and its inhabitants. Now, first, let's talk about the structural damage. When water seeps into walls, floors, and foundations, this can weaken the structure over time, which leads us to a similar issue. Number 4, foundation issues. Now, foundation problems can be serious and expensive to repair too, and so it's important to be aware of the signs and take action before you buy that house. And there's also some typical issues to look out for. Now, the obvious one is cracks in the foundation. These are small hairline cracks, and that might be normal, but larger cracks, especially those that are horizontal or wider than a 1/4 inch wide, this can indicate foundation issues. And cracks in walls and floors can also be a sign of movement or settling. uneven or sagging floors, walls that are leaning or bowing, or sticking or misaligned doors and windows. Water damage or moisture issues can all be bigger issues down the road, and a lot of times these are caused by inadequate drainage. Because if you have poor drainage around the foundation, such as a clogged gutter or improper grading, it can lead to water pooling around the foundation and contribute to erosion or even damage. Number 5, roof problems. Look, older homes, they often have roofs that are nearing the end of their lifespan. So this means you need to inspect really closely, because there's a high chance that the shingles will become loose and lift if exposed to heavy winds or leak water into the house, and you don't want that. So during a professional home inspection of an older home, several common problems show up on these reports. Things like missing or damaged shingles. Now, shingles that are missing, they're cracked or they're curled or otherwise damaged, can lead to leaks and water damage. And this is a common issue in older roofs, especially with those asphalt shingles. So you want to look for leaks and water stains that are inside the house. Also, sagging roof decking. If you look at the house, you can see that it's kind of got a warp to it. Worn or missing flashing, clogged gutters and downspouts, inadequate roofing slope. If the water can't go off the roof, it's going to get wet in the house eventually. And flashing issues around any angles of the roof. And this is the most important, the age of the roof. So the age of the roof can be a significant factor. And most roofing materials, they have a lifespan of 20 or 30 years. But a big issue is securing home insurance for a home that has a roof that's older than 15 years. And this is becoming more of an issue nationally. Insurance companies view older roofs as having a higher risk due to the potential issues that they may arise. Now, this next one you really need to be careful of because it can cause some major health issues for anyone living in that home. Older homes, number 6, is asbestos and lead paint. Now, this can be a common concern that home inspectors often encounter during a home inspection with an older home. Asbestos, that was a product that was commonly used as building materials years ago. And the reason is it was fire resistant and it had durability. But now it's listed as a banned product under Toxic Substance Control Act in the United States. Why? Well, it's a known health hazard. And inhaling asbestos fibers can lead to respiratory conditions, including lung cancer and asbestosis. Common locations you can find this is in old roofing materials, insulation, siding, and flooring tiles. Pretty much the whole house, right? So just remember, if removal is necessary, it should be done by a licensed asbestos abatement professional to ensure proper handling and disposal of the product. So how about lead-based paint? Lead-based paint was commonly used in homes in the US, and it was banned for use in residential properties in 1978. So if your house is built before 1978, watch out for this. If it's after 78, maybe not so much. But lead poisoning causes severe health problems, particularly in children, including developmental delays and learning difficulties. So another thing is that it needs to be removed if you live in that old house. And both asbestos and lead paint removal can be costly. So ignoring these issues could cost you even more in terms of the health and safety of your family. Now, I just want you to know one thing. I went through a lot of things here, but old houses are not all bad. I just want you to know it's not all bad when buying an older house because it potentially has a lower purchase price when buying that existing home. And in some markets, older homes may be less expensive per square foot compared to new homes. So deciding whether to buy an older home or a new one really depends on a variety of factors, including your personal preferences, your budget, and your long-term goals. Both options, they have their pros and their cons, so essentially you need to weigh these out carefully. And I have personally owned and lived in many older homes. You just need to know what to look for and what to stay away from, because I truly want you to find your hidden gem, and I want you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So let me know if you found this video helpful. I'm making these videos for you here on this channel. I'm Jerry with Jerry Pinkas Real Estate Experts. If you're thinking of buying or selling a property here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or anywhere in the United States, I can hook you up with the local expert. Just give us a call at 843-839-9870. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.